everybody. How's it going? How y'all doing? Welcome to Articora, where the D stands for, don't ask, I'm scared. Wait, what? You know, it stands for the D key on a keyboard. How about that? Don't ask me that. I'm scared to... Let's start over. Hi, my name's Cora. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to Articora, where the D stands for D-pad. Anyway, I'm back in Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney trilogy. And I did and last time I said I was going to get back to this, but it was a lie. It was a little white lie because apparently I didn't save. So I had to do the last chapter of the previous chapter, episode, whatever you want to call it. But that's done and out of the way. And now, I can do episode 3, which just so happens to be my favorite episode of the first game. So, let's see how it goes. Let's do the thing. The D stands for do the thing. Load selected save data. Yes, and I did save the data. Ah, you've disgraced me. Oh, the pale moon in the sky cries for your blood. Okay, I should pay attention to what's on screen so that I don't... The moon? No, it is you who should gaze upon the moon, for it will be the... I'm not even gonna try. It's not... Whatever, just enjoy it. I'll see you in hell, evil magistrate. Hurrah! Ah! The warrior's swords gleamed and struck in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who knows? Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. October 14th, 5:31 p.m. Right in co-law offices. So if you notice, the episodes usually start with the murder happening. This one doesn't. Because this episode is fucking Sentai themed. That rocked! See you in hell, evil magistrate! Whoa! Stop waving around that broom! Stop waving that broom around! Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here! What was that surreal show you were watching? What? Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? Hang on one second. Oh, no, I did it. I always forget to lock my door. So that my dogs know how to open doors. And I don't want them in unless I let them in. I want my dogs to be vampires and only enter rooms when they are invited into them. And, my door, if it's unlocked and they push hard enough, it just opens. It's not a good door. It can't, it's a door that can't door. Anyway. What? Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? Steel Samurai? He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? Shut up. Don't worry about that, Nick. 10 years old? Then what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey. Hey. Tokusatsu's for all ages. You don't... Hey, I'm only 17. Hey, you can... Even if she wasn't 17, there's nothing wrong with watching Kamen Rider at 30. There isn't. Nothing. Zero. No, go... Look, my friends in high school made fun of me because I still watch Power Rangers. Now Power Rangers are popular again, so who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? I was on the right side of history. I am the arbiter of taste. Welcome back to Cora. Cora justifies her life choices. That's 17. See, I'm a teen, not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. God, look at these children arguing. I think I was 24 the first time. I think I was around Phoenix's age the first time I played this game. I actually have the entire trilogy on DS somewhere. Then watch it with me. He's really cool, and it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was #1. Really? I really worry about kids these days. Cramps. Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. I guess. A month passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time. But no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law offices. How am I going to pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. October 16th. Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Bring, bring. Hello? This is Phoenix. Nick! Maya? What? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested! Huh? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain! Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Welcome, Cosmic. Welcome, welcome. You just missed the tirade I went on about me justifying the fact that I watch tokusatsu meant for children as a 30-something. Ah, Steel Samurai. Welcome, Ice Pop. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on TV. No, I mean, he actually did it in real life. He skewered a villain with his samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office, quick, please, Nick. Beep. October 16th, 9:22 a.m. Wright & Co. law offices. Maya's here, watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Powers plays the lead role in the popular kids show Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. The samurai spear was also found stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. This has to be a joke. No, it's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. I want to protect Tron Sentai Show. Oh, Cosmic? Do I have some Google links do I have some gifts to show you? It won't be exactly what you want, but it'll be about as legally close as you can get. Ring, ring. Yes? The Wright & Co. law offices. What? Nick. It's the Steel Samurai. What? Yes? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Let's go, Nick. Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So what? So, I've decided this will be our first case. Okay, maybe you should consulted your business partner. What is Maya to Nick? She like his assistant, his pet? I'm just gonna let it's I mean she just said earlier she's only 17, so does that make is Phoenix like her legal guardian? Why isn't she in school? I smell truancy. Ah, what the hell, skipping school is based. She really should drink more water. She's got some real granny features going on in the jaw and neck area. Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the only one who noticed that. It looks like she has like android skin plates on her neck. Anyway. Well, what should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to go downtown to the detention center and meet the Steel Samurai. Does she want to investigate this case, or does she just want some sightseeing, I wonder? Her skin is being shrink wrapped. Oh, it's her collarbone. Okay, now I can tell. The artist just drew her collarbone in a weird way. My money's on the sightseeing. Well, you don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it, you don't have a clue what happened. No! We just don't have enough information. Okay, I was certain it was her collarbone, but now looking at this again, why the line's so long like that? Whatever. Alright, to the detention center. October 16th, detention center. Visitors room. What's wrong, Maya? It's him, in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client. That's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. But he definitely did it. Murder, at least once, maybe twice. Protectrons are really Sentai-like already. Well, there's some straight-up, like, robot Sentai, robot tokusatsu shows that have, like, the characters that basically look like Protectrons. Protect and serve. What was I doing? Oh, right. Phoenix Wright. Whoa, what are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No. This is getting off to a great start. I know. You're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? No. Oh, no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids. You know, I didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh. I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they think of the Steel Samurai now. What was I going to do? Oh, right. Oh, right. Nick? What? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah. He didn't do it. Maya's very wishy-washy. maybe you could start by telling us what happened. Yes, of course. It seemed like it was only yesterday, actually. It was... Wait, no. Let me start over. It seems like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. She's exactly the kind of person that says they're trained empath. I mean, technically she's a medium. Like an actual medium, so that's not far off. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 that morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 in the afternoon, but when 5 came around and the staff gathered at the studio, the evil magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. She played hooky in medium school. There we go! It's all coming together. She'd rather be the assistant to some D-class lawyer than go to Ouija school. I mean, technically, in this universe, it's established that, you know, if you're interested in criminal justice, becoming a medium is a valid career choice because apparently they just trust them. Magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. Oh, God! They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead. He'd been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. The samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that the steel samurai uses as a weapon. Dude is just living life with a porn name. I mean, most of the characters in this game sound like porn names. What was this guy's name? Max Powers? That's a porn name. Maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is.
Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for my partner. He's new to this and a bit out of touch with the world.
Hey! Who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of Neo-Old Tokyo, fighting battle after battle against the evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the evil magistrate, although I guess he did defeat him this time. I see. Neo-Old Tokyo, who comes up with these names? Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studios at 9. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. So after lunch I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder? Some action hero. What will the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right. Global Studios. I'll draw you a map.
Wow, Nick, let's go!
I'm willing to bet $10 she asks for an autograph. Alright. To the studios. Move. Global Studios.
Wow! So this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome! Aren't you excited? Hey, you there! You want in, you've gotta go through me. Oh, sorry. We're, lawyers. Oh, yeah? Well, that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snoop around. Youths today, something horrible happened. Wasting jobs doing lawyers. The rest of us, maybe I should become a lawyer too. And life easy, no work. I was a young thing. This is my different hippie clothes. What are the youths coming? Don't these? Nick, will I grow up to be like her? Please say no.
I don't know. It's possible.
Hey! Listen when you're being spoken to. Youths these days.
So, what do you do here at the studio?
At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Whoa! This place has really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago now, that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then, too. He was.
Hammer?
The victim, dummy. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with.
Can you tell me more about Mr. Will Powers?
He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought that the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Oh, of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job.
Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer?
I was standing right here yesterday, I was. I was here from 1 in the afternoon to 5 when they found the body. Now the studio where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass me. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place. And that person was Mr. Powers. Yes, I saw him.
But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room.
Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it.
I'm giving her the most stereotypical old lady voice I can muster. Her name is literally Old Bag. What kind of a person was Jack Hammer?
What kind of a person? Oh, if only you knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series.
Should I have heard of that?
But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. I got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along.
Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request.
I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns the place.
Okay, well. I mean, technically, she's just doing her job. Hello, how was the studio? They all think I did it, don't they?
No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick?
Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. About the security guard at the main gate up to the studio. Oh, the security lady.
She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking.
Yes, actually, she's said the same thing to me before.
Take off that mask.
Were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio. But let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you.
She's got some nerve.
Do you think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. Powers request added. I just hope this will get me past that security lady. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What? No, I'd never do that. Earlier you said you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? No, that's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business, and I need every advantage I can get. I know. I'm sorry. But I swear to you, on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me. What did she see? He doesn't seem to be lying. Alright. Here, take this. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers.
Yes, I recognize the bold, childish scrawl.
Powers request given to the security lady.
To think he would entrust his fate into youths of such unreliable appearance. Really?
Really?
Anyway, you may pass. But only left from here towards the studio. No going to the right. That's the employee area. No one is allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. The good detective told me himself. Hey, Nick! Huh? There were maps in the security guard station.
Hey, not bad.
Those are 50 cents apiece, thank you! Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents!
Guide map of Global Studios added to court record. Haha. Does she have any new dialogue? No, she does not. Alright. Outside Studio 1. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. There's one thing worse than a mascot is a decapitated mascot. Oh, hey. Aren't you that murderer from the other day? Local head.
It's that confused detective.
Hey, pal. You know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. So?
Hey! If he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Detective?
I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. You're right, pal. It is all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart.
Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here?
Well, we're on this case too, pal.
Huh? Hey, you can't just go around saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait.
I'd say he's a character, alright.
So, how's your investigation going, Detective? Well, it's... Hey, I can't tell you that, pal.
Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions.
Right. So, Detective, mind if I take a look at what you got? What I got? The autopsy report, the latest version, if you please. Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal.
Autopsy report. Time of death, 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. Cause, pierced through the chest by a spear.
Why was Mr. Powers arrested? Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30. And that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate.
Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence.
Thanks for cheering me up. About the security lady. Oh, that sweet old lady? What a charmer. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee.
Remember what Powers said? She's a sucker for authority.
They even gave me a piece of valuable evidence.
What?
What kind of evidence? Well, that, photo. The photo of the Steel Samurai heading towards the scene of the crime.
What? Who took that?
See that camera up on the gate, pal?
The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign?
Yeah. Whenever someone walks by that camera, it automatically snaps a photo of them. Old lady's a bootlicker. Well, yeah, she's a boomer, clearly.
Oh no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished.
Funny. For someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy when you say that. Can you imagine your defense team saying that? Well, I mean, he's not here. He has evidence we're fucked. Well, I mean, when the score is like 0-1, and you aren't even on the board yet, it does look kind of like dire. But as soon as they start getting their own evidence, then the tables will be even. It's like, it's the start of the game. It's the start of the match. The ball is in play, but no team has like the defense's sports reference. Whatever.
We'd like to ask the employees here some questions.
Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found. I'm glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves.
Nick, let's go. We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out.
Anything else? No. Oh, wait. Studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind. Now, what kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1, left to Studio 2.
What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted.
Kind of? Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took that tree down with it, too. That sounds evidential. Manic bipolar defense. Oh, fuck, my client. Oh, fuck, my client did it. My life is over. Then, oh, right, he didn't do it. Then, oh, they have some evidence. Oh, fuck, my life is over. You just described the Phoenix Wright series. That's basically every court case. Alright. Oh, did I need to... I guess I need to look at it first. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body.
Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked. Looks like you need a card key to get in.
It makes sense that they would want to keep the non-employees out. With the game's reputation, it's easy to forget it's made for, like, teenagers. Just like the Steel Samurai. Honestly, I mean, some of the subject matter in this game it's like right between, like, for kids and not for kids. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how to judge whether something is appropriate for kids or not. It is kind of like some of the subject matter in the game gets kind of gruesome. Like, I don't think that I honestly get Dora the Explorer at Law vibes from this. I mean, God, if this game also taught you how to speak Japanese, that'd be great. Alright. I guess I need to go talk to the security lady. Again.
Nick, look! That security lady's in guard station stuffing her face with donuts. I guess all cops like their donuts.
Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need teeth to chew on them.
Hey, yo! Well, are you satisfied Powers is guilty yet?
She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoes. She had to make my life harder by not withholding evidence. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am?
Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with the camera that took that photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see. This guard station is in a central position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1. The murder happened right around 2:30, see? The only one I seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him, too. If he's not the one what did it, I don't know who is.
Maybe it was you.
Good one, Sonny.
Oh, wait, was that a laugh?
Yeah, good one, Sonny.
She thinks I was joking. Was the victim Mr. Hammer a popular actor?
Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio.
Was. Past tense.
Oh, yes, he was great as the bearded samurai. That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate is a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him?
About the security camera.
Oh yes, the security camera. It's automatic. It can tell you when someone walks through that gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently, it records the time when it takes a picture too. But I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photos on the computer over in the security guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do.
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what kind of accent she's going for. Oh, I think I need to go to outside studio one. Oh. Oh, good, because I was going to go back to the detention center.
Nick, this is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, look, there's Powers' dressing room. No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Well, let's take a look around.
Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh. It's so normal. I was expecting some cool theme snacks or something popcorn at least.
Oh, wait, look! Samurai soda. Nick, try this.
Ladies first. And what is this? Remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone in one of the plates, minus the steak.
T-bone steak. That would hit the spot.
You just had a burger.
Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks.
What? I get it. I have a second stomach just for macaroni and cheese. The door to the dressing room. It's not locked.
Hey, Nick, let's take a look inside. Maybe we can find something as a souvenir.
What do you mean, find?
You never know. There might be something like the samurai spear.
We don't need a spear! And that's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. Oh, slide. Ooh, backdrop map painting. There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably Neo Old Tokyo Castle. Ooh, what do we have here? The grate that used to cover the drain. It's a little bent. I don't think it would fit. I don't think it would fit if I tried to put it back on. Metal grate to the drain here has been taken off. It's a pretty big drain. Kid could fit through here, I bet.
Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you'd probably have to pay at the... You wouldn't have to pay at the gate.
Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest.
Right. Huh. Hey, I'm not a kid.
Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I had one of those. It wasn't great. It was one of the... It was before... It was like an electric bike before electric bikes were a thing, and it lasted like... I could go at a total of 2 miles per hour for 10 minutes. And then after, Proof Zig did the murder. Does Zig have an electric bike? I know she has a bike. I didn't know she had an electric bike. Maybe I did and I'm just forgetting. Have I told the story about my electric bike? How it was just like, the battery weighed more than the bike frame itself. So when it ran out of juice after like 2 feet, I basically just had a normal bike that was twice as heavy. It wasn't a great experience, let me tell you that. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point?
It makes it a lot easier to go up hills.
Don't people cycle to get exercise? No, some people cycle to... Shut up. Alright. Into the dressing room. Looks Global Studios dressing room. Power's dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping. Or at least this is where he claims he was sleeping.
No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they?
Right. There's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth for his sake. Bowling ball.
This must be Power's bag.
Hey, don't open that!
Look.
An employee card key. That must be Powers's.
It says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick.
Borrow it, you mean. Borrow. Card key added to court record. There's a vast array of cosmetics here.
Oh, this is the wig he used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Nick, try this on.
No. And how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig?
I, kind of like samurai movies.
Kinda. What's Nick's problem? What's wrong with liking samurai movies? Shut up, Nick. There's some regular suits in among the costumes here. Those must be his own clothes.
It'd be fun to wear one of these costumes.
I'd say you were already wearing one myself. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday. And a nice tea set. There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies.
Nick, I'm hungry.
You just had a burger!
Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets.
How many stomachs does this girl have? With screen shake and... When is Phoenix gonna end up calling her a femcel with screen shake and a point? You joke, but I'm not going to say anything more. It's locked. Looks like he doesn't open his window much. I guess it's kind of dusty outside. One thing I hated about... I don't know if the other games do this too, but how if you want to... The window to the dressing room, the glass is frosted, I can't see inside. When you want to go back, you have to go all the way back to a certain area, and then... There's no, like, hyperlink in movement. You have to go back a few steps up the tree before you can go in a different direction, and it's kind of annoying in that regard. Anyway, studio main gate. Ignore you. Ignore you. Wait, what? Oh, hold on. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body.
Let's go in and check it out, Nick.
I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened.
All right, we're in.
She is way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden.
Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape is so real.
Well, the evil magistrate did die here. And the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like the helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Suspicious. No blood at the scene of the crime.
Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. And look, a megaphone! A real-life megaphone! Ready, Nick?
Ready, Nick? Action! This girl is more trouble than I thought. Maya is so me-coded. That's something I would do.
Look, a ladder.
That's a stepladder.
So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick.
Right, sorry. This girl is out there!
Wow, look at that camera! That must cost a ton.
Yeah, so don't touch it.
Whoa, it's heavier than I thought!
Hey, you! No touching that! Sorry, my partner is kind of, you know.
You know? No, I don't know.
Who are you?
Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc.
She's a bit autistic. She's a bit on the spectrum.
We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people? WP? Oh, Will Powers, WP, I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit, but do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us.
Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder?
Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant?
Who the fuck says, oh, I get it, when talking about fucking initials? Look, Maya is a little, you know. Don't worry, she's just a little, you know.
Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there along with everyone else.
You have to take the plastic wrap off the sandwich first.
You have to take the plastic wrap off the sandwich first? Oh, I see.
I'm not convinced that that isn't something Maya does at some point in the series. That seems like it'd be on brand. The employee area. That's where Powers' dressing room is, right?
Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room.
She doesn't even have the excuse of her mind being off in the spirit world because she fucking sucks at that. Yeah, she didn't summon the spirit of her sister. Her sister literally forced herself into her brain. You know, that might have, like, done some, like, brain damage to her, so maybe that's why she's the way she is.
But I didn't see either of them after that.
Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room?
No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of girl do you think I am?
What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. I'm sorry. So much for getting confirmation of Powers' alibi.
What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, I mean, he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph.
Hmm.
Sorry, I know you're busy.
Not really.
Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue! A lead! Well, I don't know about that, but that day just after noon, I sensed someone was here.
You sensed?
Yes, several times.
Some other studio employees, maybe?
No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled that was an action scene run through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside.
Really?
But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot.
So you sensed that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio?
Yes, I think.
I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony.
Nick, what about that security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them.
Alright. Backing up. Backing up.
What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face.
I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times?
Sure as I can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day.
What?
Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am?
Who was it?
Who told you that? Who dares question me? All right, you better tell me quick and spiky head curtain. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We're just talking to the assistant in Studio One. Her! She's not even a full-time employee. All of you young'uns are all alike nowadays. Running your mouths tomorrow, something would have there's back. Shame you to a poor lady. Gah!
She left.
Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can do without her looking out over our shoulders.
Hack into her computer. Computer that runs the studio security cameras.
Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer.
Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Try it. Okay, let's give it a try.
You know how to work these things, right, Nick?
Looks like I just have to enter a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. It's ST1703. There, entered.
Nothing happened.
Huh? Oh, maybe I got the number wrong.
Maybe we should go look at that camera again.
Or I could just... Okay, fine. I'll play the game the way they want me to. Hey, there's a camera here. That's the security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where. There's a number plate on the camera. ST1307. Alright. Now let's see the camera's ID number. Here, blah, blah, blah. Try it. 307. Blah, blah, blah. Skip, skip, skip. 307. There. Entered.
Hey, it printed out the data for that day.
Let's see what we've got. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him.
I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Huh? Something's printed on the back.
Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m. Photo number 2?
What does that mean?
Maybe there's more photo data from that day.
Nope, that's the only one in the computer.
Taken at the gate between the entrance and the studio.
Hey, Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial?
Yeah.
Well, put that security lady in her place with this.
Right, we'll put her in her place.
Hey, that's what I said.
Anyway.
Let's show her this photo and see what she says.
Wait, let's not.
Why not?
It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon.
Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate.
Hey, why do I have to be the villain?
Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today?
I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea of who the real killer was. Maybe it really is the security lady. To be continued until right now. I'm gonna make sure to actually save this time. Two days later. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gunshoes, to the stand. How did I do, Miles's voice, Edgeworth's voice? Whatever. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. See? This here is the employees area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate. See? Past that are the studios. And here is Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Huh. I should listen to that whole thing. Should I listen to that whole thing again? Nah. I think I could probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question, and that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So, young was an old bag, so the other children would make fun of me. Believe it, there was this captain in the chest, his old bag with the cried.
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. Your witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
Oh, hey, it's the fancy fascist again. I mean, that's a good way to describe Edgeworth. He's got more depth to his character. There's a reason he's a fascist. You'll see. I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony. He sure is one hell of an old bag.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through here since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
You saw the defendant, then, Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m.
So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in.
Right, the card key. That I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studio when you arrived at the guard station?
Poor old Hannah and the rest have been doing a run-through there since the morning. Until he stops being a prosecutor, he's in line for the rope. Jeez.
Oh. Not the worst thing I've heard said about him. A run-through?
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were used to the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing? Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon?
Well, I had some errands to run that morning.
What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years.
Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station.
Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Old lady wants to watch big men sweat and swing weapons around. Mood. Tell us what happened next.
Was at the main gate from then until 5.
So you were watching the whole time? No breaks, not even a second?
Of course! I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job? Whippersnappers!
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Whippersnapper! Snipperwapper!
Snipperwapper? Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see?
That happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said, got wax in your ears, Sonny?
Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again, it was him.
Oh, it's right here, okay. Wait, what does... Oh, I hit backspace when I meant to hit tab. No, fuck. Okay, E. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag? Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course, didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't! Well, I wonder... True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What?
Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all of the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I supposed to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed you that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had a sprained ankle. He had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals.
Whippersnapper!
Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I said is on the straight and narrow, on the up and up. You today always whining.
Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try to not upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match.
That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape.
Apparently, he'd sprained his ankle pretty bad. See, he's dragging his leg. See there, clear as day.
Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. So he's walking strangely because he was injured. It does look like he was dragging his foot.
See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
Murder weapon. Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his legs. He has a point. It does seem quite likely that it was Powers. There's got to be more to this. I better keep pressing her. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay.
You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day.
Apparently he sprained his ankle. Broke one of the props, it was a big mess. Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Power sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Power's ankle.
You may continue with your testimony. Props, trip and fall, the morning to run through the action scene. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers. He's the Steel Samurai. Then Portal, Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing. Just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then. This lady is the real femcel. She's an archmagus at this point. Okay, I think I see where I'm supposed to go. Wait, no, I didn't mean to. Okay, hold on. Okay, now, tab, present. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Okay, never mind. Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make accusations, Mr. Wright. Whoops, that didn't go so well. What was Cora expecting? Well, I was expecting her to go into more detail about the spear. Welcome, Zeg Bep. Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to think. I think we've heard enough. Oh. It was one of those. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking through... Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Hold it right there! We keep taking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30, true.
How do you know that?
Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts.
The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody suspicious looking, right?
No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
Wow, how convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. What a completely random comment from the purple girl. Well, here's the comment again from purple girl. I mean, just like in a Sentai, referring to the characters by the color of their costume. Old lady talking in the background.
Man, this lady has some balls.
Oh wait, no, that was my...
Man, this old lady has some balls.
Well, she does in her hair. She has 3. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Jack's autopsy, guide map to Global Studios, card key for studio employees, grant entry in Studio 1. Maya, please get out from under the table. If they had, I would have seen them. Just object and throw fucking spear. God, that would be great.
How convenient.
Okay. I'm just gonna make a quick save. Okay, I think... Let's see... No, I didn't want to look at it, I wanted to present it! Oh good, that was it. You can tell it was the correct answer when the music stops. Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th, really, Sonny.
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2. Ooh.
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Order, order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask the witness. The evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went into the studio that day. Yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
Me? You watch your mouth with the snappers. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help.
Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're whippersnapper too. Whippersnappers? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate, someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Please explain to me what numbers mean, Mr. Spiky Guy. Talk slowly.
I see. Your testimony, please.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer, and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this is a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. Throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see.
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point. Well, who in the heck was in the photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was here the other day.
Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in?
I locked the main gate so no one could get in.
Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes to the employee area. The grate has been loose there for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
He really did just mock her accent. Like, that's what you sound like. The judge is just loving it.
They coming through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased,
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
what? Order, order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studio that day? One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Well, yes. Oh, yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. Why is she calling an 8-year-old superhero fans freaks? I mean... she's not wrong.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Mr. Powers,
Yes.
tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in the security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
When I grow up, I want to be Spider-Man.
Go touch grass, you little fucking psycho!
Yeah, I could see it. I could see her doing that, pulling that.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
Doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could have conceivably have done this.
Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Get a job in the coal mines like a man, damn whippersnappers.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, Will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed the crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind, however. Be aware that this court is not kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers?
The court can accuse innocents all at once, though.
The court can accuse innocents all at once, though.
I guess the assistant. It was the assistant! The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai.
So you're saying the Steel Samurai in that picture is really the assistant?
That's correct, Your Honor. If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo? Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Bad feeling time. Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury?
Powers and poor Hammer were at the run-through. Oh, and me.
What about the assistant?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. And she didn't know about Powers' ankle.
The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. He could look the Steel Samurai. She could look the Steel Samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped.
Kinda takes the legs out from under this case.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as warned.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
May we move on, Mr. Wright?
This fight isn't over yet. If you would, Your Honor, one more chance, please.
Very well, go ahead. Who was the person other than Mr. Powers who could have committed the murder?
The grade school boy. It was the grade school boy. Why isn't anyone saying anything? Are you seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. For one thing, the murder weapon was with the Steel Samurai. Would you care to explain just how the boy would have obtained it from him? Maybe that was a dumb move on my part.
Maybe. How about absolutely, Nick?
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as warned.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
May we move on, Mr. Wright?
He was held back a couple dozen years. Your Honor, one more chance. One more chance to wild mass guessing. It was the security lady, Miss Oldbag.
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in the picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. Cora has much faith in not needing those pips in her future. In the future. Pips. Oh, I think it recharges every day. Besides, I think in this case, I game over multiple times the first time I played through it. So I should be good this time. Should. Cora's gonna get disbarred. If it does, it's extremely forgiving. That's fine. The security lady. Old bag.
What? Whippersnapper! Order, order! Is this true, Old Bag? Old Bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself, in the other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah. Right here, Sherlock Holmes II, baby.
How can you accuse me of being the murderer? I have such non-toxic demeanor, and I have not been sandbagging this investigation from the beginning.
That's odd. This is the part where Edgeworth pounces. Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
Or what? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait, just a minute. What about the other person who went into the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler. Oh, as you said, second or third grade, was it?
Standbagging. Standbagging. That's where she was standing in the way of progress. She's standbagging.
That doesn't matter. I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure?
Oh,
Or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your Elders Day whippersnappers?
what? I have proof.
Proof? Indeed. Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the murder.
Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The windbag's speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name? Something old bag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, that's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom?
Huh. You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify!
I enjoy how neither the judge or the other dude remembered Oldbag's name. Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly unusual name, and you don't just go calling somebody an old bag unless you're absolutely sure that's their legal name. I would have changed it if I were her.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to accuse me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
My lips are sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder.
Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director?
Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
Lady is extremely unfortunate that contempt of court is an alien concept here. No, the game would be a lot less fun if that were the case. So, where were these people? Is fortunate.
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, there it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head
was falling off.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Your Honor, I have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witnesses, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was about
I was right to ask you to defend me.
Really, it's nothing, Grin. Oh, or should I sniff?
What? Did Maya just like smell him? Sniff him? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been the old windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Our old windbag? I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Alright, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I think I'm going to stop it for now. Slightly shorter stream than normal, I think. But my stomach is starting to hurt. And I checked my blood sugar. My blood sugar seems fine, but I also feel kind of woozy. So I'm just gonna go and call it a night. Anyway, I'll try to be back on Thursday, with more Phoenix Wright. Take care of self. I will take care of self. Let me just take care of save. And escape. Yes. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And have a great rest of your whatever. Bye-bye, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.